So, as we stated in the first video, that our intermediate clutch retainer snap ring was broke whenever we tore the transmission apart. Here's pretty much what's left of it. So we could not find one on short notice, so reached out to Summit and got a new snap ring that it's part number ATI 405570, and this is for the 4L80Es and Turbo 400s. This is what they consider to be an upgrade, and I will demonstrate why. This is the factory snap ring. It comes in at like 95 thousandths. This comes in, the new one comes in at like 106 thousandths. And if you lay the two on each other, you can see clearly that the factory one has a lot less meat on it than the upgraded one. So it's a good thing that we got this. It would have been nice to have one so we could have got more progress done on part one. However, waiting like 2 days to get one in here from Summit was actually worth the wait, because this snap ring is going to be way more robust than the factory unit. So we're going to go ahead and get set up to stick it in.
I got the snap ring in. I unfortunately didn't get any video of me putting it in, but it is in. Whenever you put it in, you kind of have to start it on one side and then work it down, and then once all the grooves are lined up, then it'll completely snap in. It doesn't sit all the way in initially, but once all the lugs are lined up, it'll snap right in. But it's in there.
According to Kevin,
it's supposed to be at 9 o'clock position, which it is right now.
Alright, so our band is in there, set up on the dowel and the apply piston pin. So now it's time to drop in the drum and hope that we don't smash one of the seals. Just be very gentle, get the clutches to line up. Bring the assembly over, reach down, squeeze the seals in one more time before you set it down. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Probably not.
Yeah. One can hope.
Sure, they want to screw out sponge. I think it's further than it's been.
So we have just finished installing the intermediate clutch and the manual 2-1 band. So next we're moving on to the direct clutch and forward clutch assembly, which these assemblies are already together. They just need put inside the case of the transmission.
Alright, we have our direct clutch / forward clutch assembly is ready to go. Now, on the part that we just put in, you have to make sure that the clutch plates are lined up, which you can see there. And you don't have the tool for it, so we just use a screwdriver, but they look about as lined up as it's going to get. And then on the bottom of this direct forward clutch assembly, there's splines that go into that spline shaft, so you got to make sure that that's lined up as well. So let's begin.
So what are you installing again?
I'm trying again with this forward direct clutch assembly.
Okay.
And as I said, we lined up all those plates, which actually we went back with a feeler gauge and did it. we go.
Yep. Sounds good.
Sounds good. And then I'll look through this convenient hole that is here, which is factory. We did not get blown through. And it is completely seated against the last clutch assembly that we put in, so it cannot go in any further.
So that stage of the game is done.
Alright, we have our fourth clutch assembly here, and if you look down in here, there's a dowel on this case right at the middle, and that's where this little hole lines up with. So let's get this in here, and that's all there is to this one. There we go.
Boom.
And that's in.
So Ethan,
Yep.
what you doing next?
I'm torquing down the fourth clutch Torx bolt that goes inside the case.
And what does that do?
It holds it in place, and actually this is hollow, so fluid comes through here and provides lubrication, I suppose.
Nice. So it locks things together and lubricates at the same time.
Yes.
Perfect.
And that's 15 foot-pounds is what we did on it. We put a little bit of blue Loctite. So that is done. Next is the overrun clutch assembly, and that is the last piece that goes in here before the pump.
Okay.
So
And that has to line up with what?
the fourth clutch assembly, which we put in previously.
Okay.
And the clutches are already pretty much aligned, so should be fairly, I don't want to say easy, because then it won't be easy, but oh, almost. Oh, okay, one more.
You're almost.
Oh, there it goes.
Nailed it. You're
Okay,
in, dude.
and that's it. Alrighty, we have our pump here ready to go in. You gotta make sure it's lined up before you drop it in there, so our caution comes into play. I don't know. Oh, by the way, the Torx bolt that I put into the fourth clutch.
You told me this earlier.
No, I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
It's not. At least I don't think it is a lubrication port. I think it's for pressure for the clutches. I think. So, Kevin, feel free to correct me, because I'm sure you'll have something. Okay. Apparently it's a 20. This is what my torque wrench is telling me.
Whatever.
It's eastward, so I hope it's correct.
So that deems all the internal parts done.
Should. Yeah.
So
Till it breaks.
next is valve body, separator plate, etc., etc. You better put it back in park or it's going to roll away.
Oh, right, this should. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta do the thing.
What's that? Oh, gotta get your park pin. Alright. Cool. Well done, child. Okay, so now that all of the clutches and pumps and everything else are in the case of the transmission, now we need to turn our attention to the valve body and separator plate, etc. So this is our new Transgo separator plate that I got from Summit. It's pretty much ready to go, except in the Monster kit there was a shift, we would call it a shift correction kit, I believe, and there was some different springs for some different valves in the valve body and whatnot. But in the instructions it has, and they sent actually drill bits with the correct size to enlarge in 4 different holes in the separator plate in different sizes. So that's what we're going to do next, and then we'll start putting things in the valve body. Top quality drill bit just broke.
Super.
Okay, so the wonderful drill bit that came in this kit, as soon as I hit the trigger, it just snapped. Fortunately, we had one just a hair smaller, which I was able to get through, and then went back and made sure, because this ended up going through after I poked it out with this one. So there's only one other hole that has to be drilled out to that size, which is here. So hopefully we can get this through and clean it up with the bit that came with the kit, and then we won't have to worry about those bits, or that bit anymore, rather. And there we have it.
Alright, before we put the valve body in, we have to put in the check balls, which in total there's 8. Now, if you look next to the 1-2 servo, there is a dimple here, but you're not supposed to put one here. So,
What do you put in that hole? Hopes and dreams?
apparently nothing, as far as I know. One goes there. And as Kevin said in the first part, do not magnetize these, or they can pull in metal shavings and just not a good time. There, that should be it. Should we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And they're all in.
Okie dokie. Okay, next step is we're starting to put the separator plate and all the gaskets. We got everything lined up. The accumulator is on there. It needs torqued down to 97 inch-pounds. We just have the valve body bolts in there just to keep the separator plate lined up with the valve body, so whenever we put the gasket on and flip everything over into the case of the transmission, all the bolt holes should line up perfectly. Ooh. What's that set on?
97 inch-pounds.
Are you sure? Oh, there it went.
I figure it's a 1/4 inch ratchet.
Just seemed excessive, but
It's a 1/4 inch ratchet, essentially. Okay.
all right, moving on.
I'm running in the valve body bolts with the drill set to 1 here, and so that they don't get torqued down, because I actually am going to use the torque wrench for that. But there's so many of them, and they stick out so far, it's going to take forever to get them all wound down with the torque wrench. So Kevin, I'm not torquing it down with the drill, I'm torquing it down with the torque wrench, thank you. Can I watch this? You better. Does that stick out from there?
And why is that?
Because to torque down this one, the tube has to stay out, and this has the retainer clip to hold the tube down into the valve body.
Okay, these are things that viewers need to know.
This tube, which lubricates your tail shaft and stuff. These are 97 inch-pounds, same as the accumulator. I can go ahead and
I would do your 8mm ones before you go back and do the tube bolt.
Okay, so let's put that tube in. Just go back through all of them.
I think you're good.
Yeah, so you already did.
Okay, that means the valve body should be done.
It is. Okay.
All right, Ethan, what are you up to now?
Plugging in this wiring harness, which is... No, it isn't.
Would you like your cheat sheet?
I can try and use it. I might have to cut that zip tie and re-zip tie it because you're kind of tight, but... Yeah.
Yes, I do agree that that zip line. Be very careful. Actually, you're kind of wrapped up there. Yeah.
Okay, if I remember right, green red goes to this one.
It should be different connectors. Like they should only fit on one thing.
Oh, yeah, one smaller. The one
And I
has the
think
locking
you
on
go
top.
under the tube.
Yeah, maybe on that one, but. Okay. Plugged in. I should actually get this.
Before you put that in there, I will put a little bit of lube around the ring.
Flat. Faces up, if I remember right. There we go.
That sounded positive.
Not yet. Almost, but not yet. Just gonna go in a little further. No, it seats up against the bench. So it's in the whole way though. Should be fine like that. I think so.
It will be, because they're going to be free on anyhow, so there'll be plenty of room for it.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so now the valve body and everything here is torqued down to spec. The new wiring harness has been installed. The filter is in. As you can see by Ethan's finger, there's a support tab that comes with it because we bought a deep pan. I believe it's a 3 extra quart capacity pan, FTI F8013. Got this through Summit. It's an aluminum pan, and obviously the extra capacity. And what we're gonna do is I also got a drill and tap kit for 1/8" MPT, so I can drill and tap the pan for a transmission temperature sending unit. Okay, so here's where I selected to put my transmission temperature sending unit. The kit comes with a drill bit for the size you need for the tap, but I'm going to start small, work my way up. And if anybody out there that's watching this is questioning why I'm doing this, is because I'm not using the factory computer and stuff to make this engine run, which means I do not have a factory transmission sleeve. So there will be some aftermarket gauges in this truck. So I need to put provisions in here because I like to get my transmission temperature from the pan. There's a lot of other people out there that use like test ports or the lines or whatever. I prefer to get my temperature from the pan. Is it right? Is it wrong? It's an argument forever, but that's just how I prefer to do it. So
To each their own.
yep, to each their own.
As long as they know they're wrong.
That thing's never gonna hold fluid like that.
He's probably gonna leak. Alright.
And it already has a drain plug, so I'm not sure why you put a hole in it.
Because I don't want to put... Because I could put the sender here, but then it faces downward. I don't want it facing downward. I want it facing...
It's meant to be a joke because you put a hole in it to drain it.
But the thing is you're correct. You could put it in here,
I suppose that's true.
but I don't want to do that. So, we're going to do it the right way, the wrong way.
What are you doing, Johnny?
I'm shopping.
Oh,
I'm looking for instrument gauges and cluster for the 63 GMC. Just trying to figure out what I want.
okie dokie. Back to the show.
Okay, there's our hole.
Yay!
Now we just have to set up the tap it, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we have our hole drilled, and now we're using our 1/8 inch NPT tap. Just threading in very nicely.
So when tapping holes, slow and steady. Make sure you keep everything nice and straight.
And use grease, because not only does it help lubricate, but it also catches the shavings in the chutes in the tap. And you should back up a little bit sometimes, and then go back in, because it helps clean out the threads a little bit. And this is definitely voided the warranty on this pan, so I hope this works out.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Don't you think someone will take it back?
Doubt
Yeah.
it. Very much.
'Cause, I mean, if anything, you made it better.
How do they make it better by drilling a hole in it?
Because now they can sell it to someone who wants to put a temp sensor in.
Well,
So if
that's kind of what I wanted to do.
If anything, you can make it better.
Well, as long as I don't script the hole. Roll this up for a second. See how far through we are. Oh yeah. Okay.
Good,
I believe we're good. I'll have to find a plug to put in it for the moment
but good.
and make sure it's threaded.
That's bad.
So far it doesn't feel bad. It feels really good actually.
Did you screw it up?
I hope not.
Okay. Well, if you did, remember you're on camera, so it'll be really embarrassing if you did.
Well, it's not a
I'll just edit it out if
it's
you
not a
did.
television show, so you can't do telling like different outtakes to you get it right.
And afford to buy 5 different pans to take 5 different takes. Okie dokie, it looks nice.
Does look good, yeah. Alright. Okay, so what's happening now, Ethan?
But to put on the last piece of this puzzle,
The last piece of this puzzle, what would that be?
the trans pan.
Oh, the training pan I avoided the warranty on.
Yes, that one. You got it.
Well, that sounded awful clunky.
That's because it sat down, it was kind of hung up on the valve body. The valve body.
Just not hitting the crankshaft.
Pretty sure it's hitting the cross member. It's hitting the.
There you go, sport.
It's hitting.
Don't touch the anti-seize.
I'm trying not to.
Then you'll have it all through the house and all over the dog. And
You could touch the anti-seize, but you won't. Dog would probably eat it.
I think he's smarter than that.
I kind of don't. But
I said kind of.
so you don't want me to get our $1 million mansion dirty?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're saying something.
Minutes later.
Yeah, because you could do it so much more faster.
I bet I could.
I bet you couldn't. And if you
You
did,
did.
it would
all over
be
the fucking
anti-seize
place.
everywhere. We'd have to like hose you off with a fire engine before you even went in the house. So don't even go there. We know how you roll. Remember John's calipers that used to be red? They ain't red anymore. So you had to put 2 bolts in there, and then you turned them gray from the anti-seize. So.
It was because all the brake.
No.
The-
It was you.
the-
There
see-
was no. It's called accountability. No, it's
no,
accountability.
the seals on them.
No,
are
don't
leaking.
even tell me that crap. You suck at anti-seize. Everybody sucks at anti-seize, but you're really bad at it. Waiting.
Oh, are you ready?
Well, you're the one who was giving me a blast of crap.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Like,
You give me a blast.
Hear that, viewers?
I'm probably
Try
gonna
to teach the kids something.
probably gonna cut this part out anyway.
You better not,
Why?
because
Yeah, I guess this video is already pretty short anyway. Well, Thor wouldn't hurt.
like your attention span.
Yep.
Is John still awake over there?
No, he's shaking his head no. Is there supposed to be washers for these?
Nope.
These look like you should be.
If you look at the bolt, it already has a washer built in.
Wonder if this is what both in the transmission and the bourbon was like.
No, because it doesn't have a pan on it.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why I broke it and give it a ring.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Oops, my bad.
Shame.
Yeah, I'm the root of all evil.
Shame.
Guess what? It's fixed.
Shame. We can say we pulled a shipping container. Just
We did.
Jesus, it's tall as mine. I wish there was a panel on there. Wow.
You run rock climbing.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. Nope. Alright, let me guess. We're one bolt short. If I had to guess.
I hope not.
I don't know. Our luckily probably are. How many you got there? 6. 6. 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay.
Can you count that
We
off?
won't. We won't be.
No, till you drop one somewhere. I can't find it, man. I don't know what I have to do with that.
You should check.
Look, I'm starting to like swim in anti-seize now. Look at that.
You can't use it. He's not getting dirty.
Really? I do a better job than you do. It's the truth.
Oh yeah, well,
You can't handle the truth.
I built this. It would blow up whenever you use it.
You built this training on rock and roll.
It's pretty copyrighted. Well, no, it's not by Metallica, so it doesn't count.
Yes, viewers, when you watch like part 1 of this assembly, YouTube was upset with us because in the background we were listening to music while we were doing stuff, And we got flagged for copyright infringement for a Metallica song.
And that's the only thing they got.
Even though we're not using this channel for financial gain or anything, we just want to listen to music while we're wrenching. But
apparently that's
whatever.
illegal. Kevin's on fire. Mo.
Where? I can't see that. Thank you.
I'm not sure if you could count that high.
Oh, I'm taking them out of the pan.
Oh, we forgot to put the check balls in. We should probably do that.
Too late now. There you go, sport.
Okay.
It's all you. Put it on 17 Agadugas.
No, this one doesn't go by Agadugas. It goes by however tight it feels like it should be.
17 Agadugas. I'd get the half-inch impact out, actually.
You sure?
I'd drive that thing into like China. See what breaks first, the pan or the case. It's purely scientific.
They're both made
Purely
of,
scientific.
they're both made of aluminum, so
Exactly. Which one do you give up that goes first? Right?
I have to guess probably the threads in the case would break first.
I think you just should do some self-tappers and be done with it.
Oh, well, this is like
That's what Dalton would do.
30,000 inch thick steel, so yep, it's steel.
30,000.
Yep,
30,000.
30,000.
No.
So now it's steel. I thought you said it was aluminum.
Yeah, it is aluminum. Oh, I broke the tape.
Waiting. Look how sticky it looks with that fancy ass pan on here.
It would look really nicer with a fancy Torkenberger.
You won't see this.
If you don't run a dust shield, you will. Okay.
Alright, now it's turkey time.
It is torque time, but I gotta retape my bit.
So better what?
'Cause- Oh, Harbor Freight, if you're listening,
I doubt they are, but
can you change your extensions so that they don't break whenever you're using air impact?
they're not designed for air impact, you boob.
But
The black ones are, but the chrome ones aren't. So,
Kind of our own fault.
kind of our own fault.
oh,
So, don't blame Harbor Freight or Pittsburgh Tools or anybody for that matter.
Or any sub-tool
They
company.
still work. They
They
just
might
don't-
want to help us out with that. You know,
do what now?
any tool company that might want to help us out.
Any tool company might want to help us out.
Eastwood.
Eastwood, yep, that'd be cool.
Snapper. That one.
Snap one.
Echo. Just saying. Hey, the viewers are waiting
Why are we
I'm gonna
waiting?
cut this part out.
3 years later. But if you cut this part out, you're going to miss the witty banter, which sets us apart from everybody else.
Does it?
No, not really.
If anything, we're jumping on the bandwagon.
Bandwagon.
The ham wagon.
We don't have time to go see a rock concert.
Well, what if it's a marching band? Or
Why did you invite him?
Oof to me. Oh, sorry, Derek. My bad.
I'll bleep it out for you.
It's habitual. What was that? It's not like it broke something. No. Crossover. There you go. And pay attention to where you're at. Because I know you.
Oh,
Put your hand on the blue part.
my hand is on the blue part.
Kind of was, kind of wasn't.
It kind of is, but viewers, tell me, was it on the blue part or not on the blue part?
Okay.
What?
Back over. And do your next one next to the one that you did. Actually, you should have went the other side, but okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now when you come back to this side, go to the one towards John.
$80 pounds.
So basically, you're going to keep going counterclockwise. So come to the one you just did, come to the next one towards me. Okay.
Pork chop dog.
Go over there. Next one towards John. There you go. Nope. That one.
This one.
What's that? Bolt come over this early.
What?
The wing bolt that holds that fixture onto the transmission right in front of your face. It was just sneak and bite you. The bolt that holds the fixture. No, not in the
Fixture
jack,
in
right
this one.
there.
Really? At least I hope not.
Mm. Beside the pin looked like it was starting to come out a little bit.
As long as it ain't on my footsies, I don't care.
Well, I do care because if it falls on the cement floor, it's gonna break. And then all this is for nothing.
It's for the laughs and giggles.
I won't be laughing or giggling.
This one just peaked. This one
Where the next one is.
should be this one. Double check. Should be this one. Apparently
What about the
it
one before?
this one.
Yeah.
I think there's less bolts.
Well, yeah, so there's one more on this side.
Two.
You were arguing what?
Depends.
On what day?
February? Alright, I should leave one loose so that it leaks for you. So you know whenever it's full. Or empty.
Okay.
Now, since this one moved some, I'm going to go back around and...
Go back and check on all, but I think so. No.
Oh, because I did the stuff. I did stuff. Pretty sure I'm good.
We were watching, I'm pretty sure you're good.
Okay, yeah, I call it good enough because I feel like going all the way back around.
I watched you got them all, so.
Guess what? It's over.
It is. There is one more thing you can do
That ain't good.
if you want. Yep. It should be in that box right there.
I don't know. I just live here. Okie dokie. Last thing that can go on is the motor, or not the motor mount,
I
the
don't think they
transmitter.
can see it
Nope.
from the camera's perspective.
They had bolts in here. Is that for this part of this, or is it
Should be only one bolt. Or is there more than one?
two?
There's two?
There's two, and there's 3 threaded holes in this thing. So I'm wondering,
Correct.
maybe it's for this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So don't use them for that. Use your bolts that came out of the original one.
Or
Put a
not.
little,
Or not.
I see them there too.
Fix mine, you'll have to.
Yes,
drill them out.
that's right. We did have to drill yours
I had
out.
to
Huh?
hold mine out, so.
Yeah, and those are fine thread, right?
Yep,
And those are not fine thread,
that
right?
is correct.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Duh.
Oh, that's for the
Yeah.
output shot. Wait, I told you.
Now we're gonna partner. Are you done?
With that one, yes.
I was just making sure. Turn that music down, Sonny.
That's a bird, dude. It's really.
Sounds like my lawnmower from 1932.
Uh huh.
It was steam powered. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Uh huh. Sure.
Sure. I just live here. Nope.
It's 14-ish.
Might be correct on that. I don't know. I didn't build the thing.
More stuff to die.
Not 14. Is it 15?
Maybe.
Because that was 16 that I just.
That was a
Yep,
little
yep, 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 yep. Huh?
Johnny, I'm going to need more,
Celebratory alcohol.
no. What are we calling it?
Tape soda.
No.
Hobson barley.
Salad. Nature's goodness.
Salad. This is tail shaft's probably aluminum too, isn't it?
Yeah, let's tighten it up.
It was slotted, so there's probably room for.
That's because you have to slide it on there.
It just won't. Aww.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah,
I think it's good.
I think it's good as well.
Alright, cool.
Super!
We've seen this done.
Finally.
Finally. Alright, viewers. As you can see before me, the transmission is completely built. Big shout out to my son Ethan and my BFF Kevin for making this happen. They did most of the work. But I want to end this video to tell people out there, if they did the same thing that we did, things to be cautious of and to check. So in the first video I mentioned that I bought a from Monster Transmission, I got a Monster in a Box kit. Now the kit that I bought was, it says right on here, rebuild kit that fits 1997 to 2003. But whenever I went on their website to order it, they asked what kind of vehicles it was going into. And I put down as going into a 1993 crew cab. They actually called me, which was great, because they're like, you're putting this in a 93, but you're ordering a kit for the 2001 because that's the year of transmission I have. And I explained to them that I was putting this year transmission in, not the 1993 transmission. So they're like, okay, we totally get it. So they sent me out a Monster in a Box kit that says 1997 to 2003 right on the receipt. And down here, it also lists my vehicle, what year it was and everything, and a 2001 transmission, which that's what this is. We verified the numbers and everything. However, I bought this kit months ago because we were meant to do this months ago. Things happen, life goes on. We didn't get till this past weekend. So there's a lot of accountability here that rests on my shoulders and Monster Transmission shoulders as well. So I want to point out a few things to anybody out there that's buying one of these kits to do this. So let's start with the Sun Gear shaft, which is this thing here, okay? The shaft, I mean, the kit comes with bushings to replace, bushings like through the whole transmission. But on this particular model, the bushings, there's one on each end, shaft's about that long. Each bushing has carvings in it for oiling. So like when your transmission fluid's going in there, it actually gets into the bushing as things are rotating around. The kit only came with one bushing that actually had provisions in it for oiling. Not a super big deal because we were able to take one of the new bushings and actually use a Dremel and actually make passages in it to actually mimic the one it did have provisions. Not a big deal, but they should have had two bushings set up that way. The next thing, the sprags that it came with, one of them was good. This is the overdrive sprag. This is nowhere near what this transmission takes. And if you read the label on here, it specifically says 2002 and up. Yet, on my receipt, it says I'm working on a 2001. So whomever boxed these parts should have been paying attention because the sprag did not work. Now, with this aside, I'm sure if I would have looked in the box before it was time to do this and noticed this, I'm sure Monster would have done something about this. So I'm not going to hate on them, except for the fact that they should have boxed the right parts. It specifically says 02 and up. But on my receipt, it says I'm working on a 2001, which is exactly what this is. Therefore, should have had the right sprag. Fortunately, the one that was in the transmission was fine. We were able to reuse it. Next, if you're going to spend, and I think in the first video I said $1,300, but when I looked at the receipt, with shipping and everything, it was $1,170. Almost $1,200. Still quite a bit of money. Now, if you're going to buy a Monster in a box, you would assume that all the parts that you're putting in here would be the same parts that Monster is putting in their transmissions when you buy one. Yet, it did not come with a separator plate. So, I had to order one separately from Summit. But if we would have had it, we could have got further. And lastly, there was also, and I cannot remember exactly which clutch pack it was, but we had the fibers, but no metals. Whether or not that was an oversight on whoever boxed the parts, whether or not the kit was set up for a different year, I don't know. We were fortunately able to use the metals that came out of this with the new fibers that came with the kit. So, in summation, if anybody's going to buy a Monster in a box, make sure when you get your parts, even if it's going to be a little while before you bust open your tranny and start rebuilding this stuff, go through your parts. Make sure you have everything there and make sure what they sent you is actually what you need. So, fortunately, we were able to get the parts we needed through Summit. We had a broken snap ring we needed to fix anyway. Got a separator plate. Everything's dialed in, everything's ready to go. So just a shout out, just to say that if you do what we did, don't expect that monster in a box is going to be everything that you need. One more thing I want to point out is this kit says it fits 9703, right? If you go through this book that General Motors provides, that I bought, there are several differences between 97 to 99, 99 and up. So this kit, most of the parts do fit, but not all of them do. So I think Monster should be dialing in more specifically on what year transmission that you're actually working on to give you the exact parts that you need to have. Because 97 to 03, there are a lot of changes between a lot of things. So don't expect to just buy one because you have a 97 through 03 transmission, because you may not get the parts you need. So with that being said, this job is now done. It can be stuffed in a corner until we get to my crew cab project, but we are good to go. So thank you for making it this far through the video. We appreciate the support. Please subscribe, please like, and there's more content coming your way.
Wake up, John.
And that's a wrap.
It's showtime.
No, it was showtime in the beginning.
Oh.
It's now end of showtime.
It's end of showtime, John. Wake up.
End of showtime.
It's end of the workday.
Come back soon.